Hello, Oilers fans. Austin here with the pregame report between the Edmonton Oilers and the Minnesota Wild. These are the games on the schedule that I absolutely dread. It is near the end of November. It is cold outside. It is snowing like crazy. And the Edmonton Oilers are going up against a team that historically has absolutely dominated them throughout my entire life, from a child into adulthood. This has loss written all over it. However, I really hope the Oilers end up winning. If you end up enjoying this pregame report, make sure to just hit that like button. And if you really like it, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you're not yet subscribed, as we continue to build a terrific hockey community here on YouTube. And as I mentioned, historically, Minnesota has absolutely dominated the Edmonton Oilers. There's a stat out there. I think the Oilers have gone something like 36, 67, and 5 or something in their entire lifetime against Minnesota. I don't actually know what the real number is, but I know the Oilers in 100 games against Minnesota have only won 30 games. So this is a situation where if Minnesota comes into Rogers Place, the Oilers, they just got off of a road trip. You come home, there's usually a bit of a lull after a long road trip. Even though it wasn't a long road trip, it was a cross-Canada road trip. The Oilers did not practice yesterday. They'll be on the ice to probably sometime this morning for morning skate. It's one of those situations where the Oilers could definitely be coming out flat. The Minnesota Wild, they've been strong all season long. They have great goaltending. They have okay special teams. I think their penalty kill could probably be a bit better. The Minnesota Wild, that is. Their power play is fine, but they get a lot of goal scoring, especially from people like Kaprizov. And, it's a tough one. This is a tough game for Edmonton. I'm not looking forward to watching it. I was thinking about doing a live stream tonight. However, I get off work right when the game is starting, and I don't know if I want to come to the live stream 5 or 10 minutes into the first period. So I may just leave it at that and try and do a live stream on Saturday instead, where the Oilers play the Rangers. That is the Oilers' last game before they go on a bit of a 5-day break. So look for a live stream maybe on Saturday. However, tonight I still will have a post-game reaction for all of you. I'm still trying to rest up from all my travel. I'm feeling a little fatigued these days. So I'm going to do my best to get the content out for everyone, though, because I know you all want it and I know you all enjoy it. Let's get into the projected lineup now. Kasperi Kapanen, I do think he's going to play. If he isn't in the lineup, then the Oilers will... they sent down Josh Brown, so they can't go 11-7. Either Kapanen or Arvidsson are ready to go, so this is the projected lineup. As of the recording of this video, no lineup has been posted, so keep an eye on the socials for Edmonton official media putting out what the actual lineups will be. But I am projecting Nugent-Hopkins with McDavid and Hyman, Podkolzin with Draisaitl and Kapanen. However, Podkolzin played with Draisaitl and McDavid the other night in Ottawa, and they played great. Podkolzin had 2 assists. McDavid and Draisaitl had 3 points each. So look for Podkolzin to maybe play with Draisaitl and McDavid if they decide to load up that line once again. Kapanen, he could get in. I placed him on the second line because that's where Corey Perry had been playing with Draisaitl before that Ottawa Senators game. The lineups for the forward group, there's going to be lots of changes here. This is not official. This is just kind of how I would project it if you want to try and keep McDavid and Draisaitl separated and also get Kapanen into the lineup. Third line of Janmark, Henrik Brown likely stays the same. They have been pretty consistent at keeping that line together. Fourth line, Jeff Skinner, Derek Ryan, Corey Perry. Again, I don't know if I agree with Jeff Skinner on the fourth line. You brought him in to score goals, and now you're playing him as some kind of fourth line grinder. I'm not sure I agree with the coaching staff on their utilization of Jeff Skinner, so we'll see where he ends up playing tonight. On defense, you'll have Ekholm with Bouchard, Kulak with Emberson likely, and Dermott with Stetcher. Darnell Nurse is still out of the lineup, but I did place him there because Brown was sent back to the AHL, so I put a couple little stars beside Darnell Nurse's name. We know he will not play. He will likely not come back into the lineup until, he could play on Saturday against the Rangers. I would think that they might take that 5-day break, let him rest up even further, and then come back next Thursday or Friday. I can't remember when the Oilers play. Skinner will likely get the start. I think Skinner, they're going to run with him tonight, and they're probably going to run with him on Saturday as well against the Rangers. So hopefully he can continue that strong play from that Ottawa game and give the team a chance to win, because Minnesota is such a tough team. They have all-world talent on that team. They are very difficult to deal with. And like I said, I'm not really looking forward to this game. So I really hope that the team is ready to go here. Guys like Boldy, and they have Kaprizov. Marco Rossi. Oh, Devin Shore. Good old Devin Shore's on the Minnesota Wild, so that's fun. I love to see that. Good old Devin Shore, former Oiler. Do we predict a Devin Shore goal against the Edmonton Oilers? I find every former Oiler finds a way to produce against Edmonton, so we'll have to see if that comes to fruition. Now, let's take a look at the game day stats. The last 10 games is not updated. The Minnesota Wild are 7-2-1 in their last 10, so I'm just going to quickly put that in here. And the Edmonton Oilers are 6-2-2 in their last 6 games or so, or 6-3-1. 6-3-1. Perfect. That is the last 10 for each team. The Minnesota Wild, they continue to play really, really good hockey, and they don't give up a lot of goals. Their expected goals in this season ranks 19th, 50.53%. Power play ranks 13th at 20%. Penalty kill, 24th, 76.2%. Goals for per game, they score 3.39, which is 9th. However, this is the big one. Goals against per game, 2.33, which ranks first in the NHL. Their goaltending, Philip Gustafsson, has been great. Marc-Andre Fleury has been okay. I imagine Gustafsson is going to get the start tonight for the Minnesota Wild. Historically, Minnesota, they are so defensively strong against Edmonton that the Oilers, they really do struggle to produce offense. I think the Oilers won one of their 3 matchups last year against Minnesota. I would like to see a win tonight. Probably pretty unlikely, though. Minnesota's Corsi 4 ranks 20th, 48.82%, and their shots for ranks 15th at 50.13%. The Minnesota Wild are running a PDO of 104 this season. They are due for some regression. They are, as a team, getting over 10% shooting percentage and a 94% save percentage as a team, and that's not very sustainable. Either the goaltending will regress or the shooting percentage will come down. You won't sustain a 104 all season long. No offense, Minnesota Wild fans, it's just reality. However, I don't think that regression is going to hit tonight. The Edmonton Oilers, expected goals for 55.18%, which ranks 3rd. That is starting to dip down a little bit. Their Eastern Conference road trip did not help their advanced metrics. Power play is 17.3%, which ranks 19th. Penalty kill. The penalty kill for Edmonton is starting to turn around. They have killed 12 straight penalties, and that's a really good sign. It is now at 68.6%, almost at that 70% level. Let's see if they can continue to climb. The ranks of the penalty kill, which ranks 30th right now, they scored 2.75 goals per game, which ranks 20th. Goals against per game, 3.10, which ranks 15th. Again, their goaltending and defense just needs to sort itself out here, and the shooting percentage eventually should correct itself. I have been saying that since the middle of October, and it has yet to correct itself. So until it does that, it's pretty hard to bet for the Oilers, and it's pretty easy to bet against them, especially on nights like tonight. 55.80 Corsi 4 percentage, which ranks 2nd. 56.60 shots for percentage, which ranks 2nd. And just like every single opponent that Edmonton plays, the Oilers generally have the better 5-on-5 metrics. However, their special teams is usually lower than their opponent, and their goals for and goals against is also usually lower than their opponent. My score prediction, I'm going to say 5-2 Minnesota. I would love to be proven wrong here, but this, like I said, this is one of those games where I am chalking, like I've already penciled in the L, and I hope that I take a big fat L for predicting that. I hope the Oilers prove me wrong. Player to watch, Kasperi Kapanen. Don't know if he's actually going to get into the lineup. If he is in the lineup, he is my player to watch. He brings a lot of speed, a lot of tenacity, and he can penalty kill, so I'm curious to see how the Oilers utilize him. If Kapanen is not in the lineup, then my player to watch, of course, is going to be Vasily Podkolzin, because Podkolzin is starting to heat up, and he is very, very close to scoring his first goal of the season. He's been getting that ice time with McDavid and Draisaitl, and he has been producing, which is a good thing. He does all the right things away from the puck, and he's going to be rewarded very soon. So thank you all so much for tuning into the pregame report. I know this one just kind of a strange pregame report. I didn't have all my notes the way I should have, so I appreciate your patience. I will see you all maybe during the game. I haven't decided yet. If I don't do a live stream, then I will see you after the game for the post-game reaction. Thank you all so much for your support. Make sure to hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe. Tell someone that you love them. And of course, always fight like a kid, fight like Ben. Let's go Oilers. We'll see you after the game. Take care.